Hello, amigo. Eagle Gardens 1 on Instagram, and this is episode 820.3, and of course it is Thursday, so that makes this a Weed Nerd World. Hopefully you guys have had a great week, great Thursday. I've had a pretty good day, almost wanged out in Trussell Park, but didn't happen. So we got some good entertainment instead. Cheers to the friends of Trussell Park. Cheers, some BT. Martial artist, how you doing? CJ Apple. I need to smoke. Pass my time. There we go. Chat's popped out. I think I got everything where it needs to be. Need to go back and do a little doctoring up on the Trussell Park footage. Oh, let's change it better. It's all good. No. I just had to have it in my pocket. What's up, Drozilla? Lucky Mike, cheers to you. What are you guys smoking on? I'm fixing to smoke on some fucking dispo weed. Some fucking, I don't even know what the fuck I bought. Sour Sherb is what I'm be smoking here in a second. What are you guys smoking on? Cheers, Brett Anderson. I seen you. Local skunk. Is it skunky, Mike? Even the slightest bit? A little bit of skunk. Spring grape. Cheers to you. Be headed down to good old Paw Paw, Michigan tomorrow for a little bit. Quick journey down the state and back. He says not really. Why do they name it skunk when it's not skunk? Is it like the European thing where everything's skunk? Cannabis nonetheless. Coffee and cream. Nice. Couldn't grab on you. Why I bought these fucking extra long papers. Sour Sherb wasn't bad. Got this from my local dispo for a whole $15 an each. Sadly enough, it was better than the shit across the street for more than that. So, cheers to pleasantries. Wasn't half bad. Doesn't get me that high, but sure does smoke better and look better than the other shit. Truth is the truth. Hopefully we'll get a couple weed nerds rolled in here, saying low, hang out for a little bit. Sorry about the delay in the show there, but you know, we're gonna get what from one place to another. Detroit Riverhead, cheers to you, my friend. What are you smoking on this evening? What happened to our music? It's been gone for like 2 seconds. I'm already like, what happened to the music? Oh, playing a little Hey You. I want to hear Blues Traveler. There we go. They were pretty good. We got another one coming up on the 17th. Actually meeting more and more local friendly people that run the things, the parks, the town. And they're becoming more and more open. A lot of businesses and business people are tuning into the channel these days, which I'm pretty proud of. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Found very few special cuts and they're on their way to me. Hell yeah, cheers to you, Marshall. I gotta get a hold of you, talk to you about some of those chocolates, Marshall. Past due. Past due. I gotta get a hold of you and get some of them bad boys. What's up, Ty? Sipping on a little salted white caramel. No, cappuccino. Something along that line. Sugar. Sugar. Bees are busy. We too. Yes, they are. Oh man, foot's all crazy. Very much got to hang out with my grandson Tuesday. Man, what a good day that was. Man, I miss him. Miss that little man. Anybody dropping any new seeds in the chat there? The few of you that are watching. So where we got hanging. 18 of you guys watching. Dropping any new seeds. Sounds like Marshall's got some new stuff coming into the garden. We'll work something out this time. You gotta send them. Hooked me up way too many times. But hey, missed the full moon, man. I missed the majority of it, but I caught like the tail last night with some fucking super awesome pics of the moon. It wasn't as big as it should have been, but it was pretty awesome. And I thought we were gonna get a fucking nice little storm there for a minute, and my heart said we were. But man, that really started to wonder once that wind picked up as bad as it did. I just turned the lights. Knockout BX, Gary Payton, Moon Boot, Starfighter. Nice. Damn, so you got some fire going there, man.
Ain't easy sometimes. Kind of trust you down. When you get booked down again, it because you still try.
Good tune. Teasley Brothers.
I've been disappointed. So many times. If kiss is started, it's all.
Yes, I can't wait next week. I'll be going down tomorrow to pick up some stuff for samples. I'll be judging Spectrum Cup at Rainbow Palms, the 11th through the 13th. Hopefully there'll be a nice event. Looking forward to seeing what they turned in for samples. Nice, that's awesome. Scotty Mints is real good. Still gotta hit my run, my gym work tonight. It's been a busy day today so far, but it's all good. Tomorrow will be an easy, just ride around day. Cheers, Blue Kiss. I'm glad you guys have been liking the music and the sunset, the regular life type shit. Primal Punch F2's nice. Nice, that's good shit right there. The bananas come in the F2. Green fingers. Yeah, it wasn't mine. I'd actually seen my hammer in my truck after you asked yesterday, Blue Kiss. I was like, yeah, I got mine. Sure. It's smokable. That's what I'll say about that. Alright, I guess I gotta find something else to listen to. Since the door seems to be sticky tonight. Nobody wants to come. That's alright. What do we have? Yeah, we can listen. Oh, here we go. Probably get a copyright for this one. Yeah, Curtis maybe put your way. Hammer dance. What the fuck's hammer dance? I gotta see the hammer dance. There's one more before it's done. Who do we have on the 17th? Oh shit, 6:30 to 8:30. Early start. I wonder what's up with that. Classic rock and roll. Must be the older band. They get an old, getting an early start there. That's kind of funny. Green takes him 2 passes to get in that door. What up, Green Finger? I gotta turn you up. Smoking on tonight.
Hash of some sort. Not sure which one because I took them out of the case and they don't say what they are on the case. So it could be the black cherry gas ice hash or the golden gas ice hash. Hold on, I knew they were gonna do that. I heard somebody driving by. Fuck.
Did you get that from your local disc ball? Hole in the hole. That's good.
Delivery down the street. They're gonna start barking again.
What's up, Distro 420?
Some of the hash is there. I think that's the golden gas.
Oh, you got that from the disc ball.
Yeah, I don't have no flower called golden gas or black cherry gas to run. No way. I don't know anybody.
Like your trim and shit, the smalls from your last run?
Yeah, found somebody who's actually more interested in those than I would be to make it into hash. So I said, hell, you need them, or I could use a little scratch, So that's where a lot of that went to some people who were just looking. But I almost don't have any smalls left or trim at all. I'm like, damn, I don't have almost anything. I have like 4 plants hanging up though that I'm gonna run, like full plants that are just hanging there. So I had no jars or bags or totes left. Left them hanging. So there's 4.
What? You were killing them jars as fast as you were filling them.
No, I mean like to begin with. So like I left them out to the 2 weeks, so they just got too dry for me to begin with. I was like, no reason to fuck with those. Like they just sat out for too long. So
Right.
these buds would just be for hash. Those heads would break right off, easy as hell now. They'll just fall right off right when they hit that water. You won't even have to mix it much since they've already gone through that. You just fall right off. Mix it once or twice and pull it. Whoa, my whole house shifted. Might get an earthquake or something. I fucking heard the wood click.
That's so scary.
Settling from that rainwater. It's just 3 days after, and it's still like the doors won't close and certain windows are harder to open, and it's like, motherfucker, like that moisture still in the wood.
How much rain did you get?
Oh, we got like a day and a half of full rain, like of all rain, like all day long. So like literally from 12 in the evening it started, and it drizzled all night long until the next day, and then the next day the whole day. Like just a nice sprinkle. But you know, it's like a beating because the rain don't come by itself. It comes with wind every time here. So I think it's fun until the wind starts, and then it's like a hurricane. It's like, what the fuck? The rain's coming sideways at you, like straight at you. Like, fuck. Can't even find anything to smoke out of. They gave me the word hash pipe, man. Fuck, can't find the hash pipe I had.
That wind was cranking across the lake, man. We got that. It's a decent.
I saw that, dude.
A little late, but man, we had white caps on that bitch. That wind was blowing so hard.
Just a few minutes ago, right? Like a half hour ago.
Yeah,
I saw that. I was watching, and I was just vacuuming and shit around here, and I wondered what happened to the music. I was like, the show's over already? And then like I'm taking out and I turn around and it's like the wind is just fucking whipping through, and I'm like, holy shit, bro! Like I was vacuuming, the music was jamming, I'm going,
yeah, they had shut down. The singer was all like ducking down to block the wind. And fucking tambourine playing and shit. It's like, damn.
Came out of nowhere from when just how it ended. I was like,
What's up, Mr. Bang?
Howdy, guys. How you doing?
Pretty good.
Can you hear me okay?
a little low on my side, but I'll turn my air conditioner down.
It could be just the enthusiasm. I don't know.
I can still hear you though. So at least I can hear you. Right?
That's good. That's good.
You're better now.
I raised it up.
Sorry, Bangus. How you doing, bro?
Good. Just thought I'd drop in, see how you're doing, and talk to Green Fingers and the Eagle Gardens. You guys are kicking it.
Hanging down a little bit. Enjoying a little bit of cannabis and recovering from a long, nice day, I guess. It was pretty nice up here in northern Michigan. A little hot.
You can have a lot of cool live streams, I've noticed. It's awesome.
Trying to get something a little different, you know. People wonder what I do in my time and that I'm not on camera. That's kind of what I'm farting around doing, I guess.
Oh yeah.
It's the Eagle Garden Variety Channel, you know.
You know, and it's in my heart. I say, you know, I had to start doing something different, man. You know, I just, man, gotta follow your heart, right?
That's an important statement. I think if we're not at least for me, if I'm not creating, I'm not very happy. I'm usually just kind of looking for something to get involved in, to get creative with, to expand on, basically. So I hear you. I hear you.
How you been feeling?
Good. You know, I'm disappointed that I don't feel 20, but for my age, I feel pretty damn good. And every day it seems to be getting a little bit better as far as the pain aspect of it. The Major General, what's up?
Cheers, Major. We can't hear you. Nothing. We can see your blurry face. We can't hear you.
Sign
Nothing yet.
A little blurry, little off. Something's glowing though. Oh, it's a joint. Awesome. Everybody's jumping on, right on. Cheers, chat. Good to see everybody in the chat.
Can you hear me now? Check,
Yeah,
check,
we
check
hear
me.
you. What up, Major?
What can I say, man? Shit's fucking easy up here in Canada.
Oh, shit. Rez is definitely.
What's up, Rez? Dingus?
What's happening, baby?
Green Fingers, you in there too?
Cat.
I can barely hear you fucking guys, man. My audio sucks shit.
Major, Green Fingers, Eagle,
Rez.
Venus.
Man, am I hearing that bad? Fuck my hearing. You know, I've been running a chainsaw all fucking day. On the crib job.
Man, that shit will. You have your plugs in, you wearing your muffs, man? What the fuck?
Right.
He can't hear. See? No good.
No ear protection, man.
You know, at one point early on, me and Johnny tried to bring back the remember the old Budweiser? What's that? I couldn't get anybody to catch on with it, man. It was the perfect timing for it to come back too. Every time I see everybody come on and do that shit, I'm like, we need to bring it back.
What?
We could do that. That's easy enough. Zah!
Them commercials. Well, them commercials.
Oh, yeah, I can hear you guys now. Finally. You know what? This fucking computer, this new tablet bullshit, this motherfucker will prompt me like, "Oh, would you like you're listening to this too loud? Is this okay?" Or like it prompts me up like, "We think this is too loud for you," and it shuts the volume down like every 3 days. It'll just randomly fucking random time just take the audio and turn it to 50%. Like if I got hooked up to my stereo and shit, you're like, "What the fuck's going on with the music?" Come out and sure enough, it does this automatic. I know what's good for you. I'm going to shut you down already. And already, AI is taking my fucking shit over. I can't.
Well, the AI thinks you need to be monitored, and
Nah, I do. Honestly, it knows better than me. I do, for sure.
we're going to monitor this guy.
Yeah, we need to keep an eye on this motherfucker.
I agree. First vehicle I've ever owned, it'll put a coffee cup up if you've been driving too long on the dash. You need to take a break.
Oh shit! Snap!
It's a little thing. This little coffee symbol comes up right in the middle of the dash. If it thinks you've been driving too long, you need to take a break.
Fucking way. Next thing you know, it'll be handing it to you.
Well, I didn't go that far up in the high class. I went basic, but still, basic stuff has a lot of. Wow, I've never had it. I've actually made a call from a car through an automatic one my boss had back in the late 80s, early 90s, and now it's just in every vehicle, right? But I've never used it. I've never just plugged my phone into it, hooked the Bluetooth up, and had a car with Bluetooth. Everything through your phone now goes through your car, and there's an app for the car that tracks everything with the car.
Reds are all blacked out, which means I can't hear this.
You can't hear me?
No, I blame Elon. Elon and his awesome fucking Starlink. Every 3 or 4 minutes, it just gaps out like a microsecond. Like pop, we'll just, and then it'll continue on after. Like,
you're froze right now.
Rez, you bring up a good point, man. Fucking, I was thinking about that the other day. That it keeps bugging me more and more about the hands-free, or what is it? No manual phone operation. Hands-free, right. No manual. And I'm thinking, man, our phones most of the time, if cars are good, new enough, I mean, your car's pairing with your phone as soon as you hit it, everything's is already as hands-free as it can get. So why the mandatory no touch law now? And it keeps leading back to the same thing for me. They want a hot mic in your car at all the times, but they want an Amazon or fucking whatever them things are that fucking in your home there that's always listening to you. They want that open mic in your car. They want to know what you're talking about, what they're listening, because you've already have hands-free capability already. So what's the difference? The open mic.
Now, for as soon as I hooked it up, I didn't know how to do it, and I was going to finish paying for the vehicle, and I was like, he thinks I'm not not going to show up, but he wasn't being stressed or anything. But I was like, I'm going to try to call this guy, and I was on a back road. As soon as I hooked, I said, "Oh, Bluetooth." As soon as I hit the Bluetooth, the salesman had already paired it for me the day before and hooked it in, and I just like pushed. I just said, all I had to do was say, call the place that I bought the vehicle from, and there it was. It was like, oh man, you don't touch anything. Everything's on the steering wheel, right? So you got 2 buttons right here. As long as you know where all that stuff is, you got your vehicle, you got all your sensors here, controls. You got the remote control set with the radar. That how close do you want to get to the next vehicle before it starts shutting your gas down? I'm like, the first time I did that in my dad's RAV4, my dad had a RAV4, and it had that sensor thing, 3, 2, and 1. You can stage it back to see how far it starts braking the vehicle. So if you got the cruise control set, it won't let you get close to the car. But the RAV4 actually will correct you on every line if you have it turned on. If you hit the right line, it'll push the car back left. Hit the left line, it'll keep it, but it'll make you sway, right? But this one doesn't have that. I don't have it, so it actually corrects it, but it tells you. So you get in there, like you're saying, every button is there, and you can voice command everything, right? But I can see what you're saying. I mean, if you're gonna have it in there, I mean, I don't know. Does the anybody else have it? This automatically, it cooked me up when I did that, when I signed in with Google. So it already started an AT&T free trial of $20 a month if you want to continue it after like 90 days for Wi-Fi. I have free Wi-Fi out of my car, the whole Wi-Fi system itself.
They want to monitor you and they want you to pay for it as well. That's
What
interesting.
in the world? I said, I'll try it for the free period, but after that, same with the Sirius. I like the Sirius, but after the trial, will I keep it? No, because I kind of like radio stations. I like the old time radio stations that still you'll find some that'll talk, right? Most of it's programmed, but some of those guys still do some in between good talking. Yep. They want to listen to everything.
You'd never find any new songs. You'd just be caught listening to the same old shit.
Oh no,
Radio gives you the.
I'm listening to 23. What 23? That's the dead channel, right? I was listening to for 23, 25. I haven't been on Sirius in a while, and I think 36. There's a couple that's pretty good. Take me back to the 80s and the 70s and the 90s.
It's been a
A lot
while
of the
since
stuff they were playing, right? A lot of the stuff they were playing. Sorry about that, mate.
that was my bad timing too with the whole shit. But it's been a while since I listened to like Sirius for like a solid 3 weeks or like a solid 2 weeks, the same station. But I remember like probably 5 years ago we went on a road trip, and maybe even 6 years ago before having a boy on a road trip. And you listen to that fucking thing for a whole week. Eventually you realize like that's even on a cycle. Like that's going to repeat that song. You eventually figure out what fucking cycle. All right. So they have their own playlist too. It's not so like, oh, you're going to listen to something new all the time. No, it's just a fucking playlist.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I used to when I first got in the truck back in my tractor trailer in 2008, and the first truck I had that was capable with it, and I was like, yeah, you'd see the cycle. They come back around, you listen to the same station, drive and be up in your truck, all together, 18 hours a day. You're living in that truck. If you only sleep, you're somebody who only sleeps 6 hours, you're in that truck most of the time. So cycle would come around. Same thing. Yep. There's almost only so many Grateful Dead songs you're going to have to repeat them, but they can't, if they're really good, they have enough that they can throw in all the live stuff that you got. You're going to hear it, but you're going to hear it 5 different ways.
I'm sure the computer, the fucking algorithm, all that shit's upgraded where they're like, okay, we realize that we've got some people listen to the channel all the time. So we got to make sure like we're actually a DJ, like we're real. Yeah. So let's not just pick the, top 80 songs and repeat them all the time, right? That's what they'll do if Brandon play it. Right. So I just have a set playlist. That's something select. Right?
I don't need that options, right? You already have your phone, and I don't have an Apple right now, but I may get one. I may get an iPhone. I may leave Android. I don't know. But I like Android. I've always had Android. But you can just plug that thing in. As long as you plug that USB in, it's just like plugging in the computer at home. It's got everything now. It's as soon as you do that, it's like here sitting on my phone right now. It just, if I want to listen to YouTube, if I want to get on to Spotify, it'll go right through the cable and play Spotify. So I don't have to worry about, paying for all the other stuff. I'm already paying for the phone. If I got it on my phone, I can listen to it on the car. That's good enough for me, because I would just do the same thing through a speaker. I don't need the extra fee. I don't need to pay whatever they want for all that other stuff. I mean, unless the emergency thing, I think that's what the one emergency button. I don't know who Toyota uses, but it's just a little button up top. Maybe that's the $20 from AT&T. I don't know. No, I think that's a separate. Who knows? I've never had one of those either. I mean, I haven't bought a new car since 1997. I haven't bought a new one. That's a nice one, but I never knew one. It's interesting. It's the Toyotas there. The Toyotas are some of them are a lot like the old ones, right? You know how the doors kind of have the same kind of concussion impact, the same sound when you close the hood of an old Toyota pickup truck. I didn't get a truck. I got a basic 4Runner, just the most basic I could get. Not even 4-wheel drive. And I may regret that. I don't know.
Yep.
Thinking about,
You got 4-wheel drive.
Right. If you ever get a chance, if you like cars and you like listening to somebody who talks about cars, listen to Scotty Kilmer. He's got like 5.5 million viewers. He talks like real fast. And he'll explain. He goes through all these cars, and I kept watching all these stuff on his SR5. He's like, if you want a vehicle that's going to last forever, get a Toyota SR5. If you don't need 4-wheel drive, if you're not going to use it all the time, get a 2-wheel drive. He said, this vehicle will last forever. And I watched enough of those. I'm like, yeah, they're everywhere. And he's really right. You know, those things, that motor and transmission, they give you a lifetime now on those. Not much more of a warranty. You don't get much more of a warranty than that anymore on that vehicle anyway. But man, vehicles, I didn't know. I didn't pay attention to any of that stuff. I thought I knew what vehicles cost before the pandemic started. And then I started looking at vehicles, and I went, what? A new truck the truck I want cost me how much? No way. I can't.
Wait a minute, I paid that for my house.
I am not paying 95. I want to, but I am not paying $95,000 for an F-350 dually. I want one. I want one that tows 40,000 pounds and it'll back itself up to a hitch automatically now. Yeah, I want that. I'd like to have it. Do I need it? No. I don't need it. Have you seen those? Have you priced a new F-350? Anybody who's into construction? Oh my word. I'm like,
yeah. My buddy just got a Dodge, whatever the fuck it is. And there's a 15% luxurious tax on anything over $100,000 up here. So whatever you buy, add an extra 15 G's to that. It's like, oh, damn. I think it's 15%. I think he said 15%.
So I narrowed it down. I'm like, man, that's
luxurious tax.
$90,000 for an F-350. That thing has, if you're in construction or you want to haul, like I would like to haul some stuff, even if it's just for friends around, that's 40,000. That's got a 40,000 gooseneck. You can put 40,000 pounds on a gooseneck now on an F-350. The last F-350 I owned, the last two I owned were 96 and 97. And those were only 10,000 pound rated F-350 diesels. That's like 40,000 pounds. I just want to drive it and see how it drives with 40,000 pounds on it. I want a trailer loaded and have 40,000 pounds back there.
You're not going to carry 20 elephants around with you?
No, but I can see moving some building materials, and I've actually thought about it, but I'd have to stop using anything again altogether, and then back to drug testing. And I'm like, I don't do that. Even though I love to drive, but I can only justify driving that amount of time or spending that much money on a vehicle if it's going to be a business write-off, right? If you're going to buy a farm, you can write off the truck if it's related and it's compatible. And, same thing with all the equipment you would buy for a small piece of property to farm. It don't have to be, big size. Use the tack walls to your advantage is what I say. If they put them out there, it's, what somebody said that Trump said. He said, I think who was it? Was it Dave Chappelle? It's that one they put on the internet and I saw it. He said Trump said he gave it away. He said, I know it's a scam because I use all the rules. I do the same thing, right? So I know what they're doing. He said they're getting away with, bloody murder, basically. But if your taxes, if they want to give that tax write-off stuff, and you can, you're in business, you definitely want to use it to the max of your ability. And everybody who a citizen has the ability to have a home office and start some kind of small business and write off a lot of your expenses until they say you can't. As long as you can do it, you might as well do it. I mean, I don't know what it is now. What do you know? Do you know Bingus? Bingus used to be automatic deduction of like, you used to get an automatic deduction, and then you could get all your um, amenities that you paid. I encourage anybody out there, if you're ever thought about having a home-based business, even if it's just making beads to sell out at the next festival you go to, write that area off. Find out what the law is. You're gonna get. It used to be an automatic $27.50. That was 20 some years ago deduction, and then you get to do other stuff on top of that. But just make sure you keep stuff separate. And the best thing to do is have one little area designated just for that. Like if Eagle had this as a business, right? He had that area. That whole area becomes a write-off for your rent, for your electric, for your taxes, for your insurance, for everything. That percentage of that space area is tax deductible legally, and it's like, why wouldn't you do that? And then you can do it for so many years and lose money, and it's not. They don't come and question it until you go too long over that period. I don't know what that is anymore, but as long as you're attempting to produce income and you have the receipts for everything you're buying and selling, and then you got to really go to the point of charging taxes. It requires taxes.
I'm not a big tax
It won't
guy myself.
5 years. You could
What's that?
depreciate something. Here in Michigan, you could depreciate something for 5 years.
5
Basically.
years.
Lose it like 20% every year.
Yeah. If it's a vehicle, it's over. I think the weight is 7,000. You can take that whole deduction in 1 year. You can take that whole. Like if I bought an F-350 and I made $95,000 and I owed them, I could take that $95,000 right off that chunk, and that vehicle is free and clear. So are the taxes. They write it that way. I didn't write it. They want to change it. You guys change it. It's just the way it is, man. It's just like they wrote them things. Might as well use it.
I try not to
Smoking on some Amy. Smoking on some Amy.
I try not to
Shut
interrupt taxes and the government. I went out of business back in 2009, and even then, I only paid what I had to pay.
Yeah.
I got away with as much as I could without them knowing. You have to make lots and lots of money before the feds, in particular, are even going to look. So I haven't paid taxes in years. I just don't do it.
I started a small business.
And they take it out of your Social Security, right?
Not legally, no. They would have to take you to court to do that.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not old enough to get it, and I've never asked many questions about it. So
it has to be, for the feds, it has to be worth at least $300,000 for them to even talk to you. So as long as I'm under that, usually you can kind of bump along and not have too much trouble unless you're doing stuff that's really brings attention to you. So again, I wouldn't recommend this at all.
Right.
I think you don't do everything above board, especially if you want to pay taxes and stuff. But I don't contribute to the system very much anymore. Since I was about 50, I've shut everything down in that regard. When I realized that they were basically trying to kill us and take all our money, and I thought, you know what, fuck you. This system isn't really working too well.
I decreased mine as a truck driver, right? And everybody out there, they don't tell you, you don't have to pay into Social Security, but you're not going to get anything later, but you don't have to pay into it.
That's why my Social Security is so small.
That's why mine will be if I ever get it, because I opted out as much as I could to it. I mean, I just didn't see the benefit, especially with the little money I was making at different times. It was like, I really could use that extra. What are you taking this week? $40, $50, $60, whatever. Now,
if you're making over $300,000 a year, and I mean, to me, that's decent money, then yeah, you better pay taxes, because they will come after you and they'll put you in jail if you don't. So
sure.
Then yeah, but once I figured out,
not only will they do that, if you're making that kind of money and you're not paying quarterly, you're getting a fine all the time. You're getting a fine all the time if you're not paying quarterly.
So I try to be if the system is a hammer, I'm trying to be a little tack, not a nail.
Well, I'm trying to go along with it as much as I can, and
I was surprised that they wouldn't. I mean, they don't move unless it's cost effective. That's why they have a 95% conviction rate.
I just paid them off.
Yeah.
I just paid off what I owed. It wasn't much. It wasn't between the state I owed where I lived and federal. It wasn't over. It was right at $3,800, $3,900 total. And I was getting ready to pay it back in January when mom died, and I had to use that money to go there and back. And then once I got back there, I was getting ready to pay it again, and I had to use that money to come. I mean, life circumstances. I'm sorry. Then they finally did get it. But it's like, I'm got to use this now to do this. I'm sorry I can't give it to you. You know,
Now,
like,
T. Barrington brings up a very good point. Be hard to get a mortgage like that. Yeah, it would. In fact, it'd be impossible for you to deal with a bank and get a mortgage if you're avoiding federal anything. That's where owner cells come in. And people that do their own banking are the bank, whole different breed. And they like people that maximize their income, because that way they get paid what they want, because they're not looking to have somebody look over their shoulder either. And there's a lot of that going on, right? A lot of owner cell, there's actual networks you can get in. But having a mortgage in general is not beneficial unless you're going to be there for 20 years and take out a second mortgage or leverage it in some way. You know, I rent from a guy that loves the fact that I pay him cash every month, and I don't bug him about shit. I usually fix all my own stuff. If something goes wrong, I fix it and say, hey, this is what happened. He goes, well, what did it cost? I'm like this, and you take it off the rent. So he doesn't want me to ever leave because I'm taking care of his house like he would. Right. And so there's ways to maneuver within the system. Now, if you want to have $1 million house and you want, 5 rooms in your house that you'll never visit, and you want that status, and yeah, you're going to pay, and they're going to make sure that you dot your I's and cross your T's. And
I don't even want that.
I need 20 rooms so that each week I can take down the sativa.
Now that
Okay, now wait a second. Now maybe you made me think about the house I'm in right now in a whole different light. It's just sitting in the wrong location. But I use this room, the kitchen, the bathroom, and my bed. In fact, that could all, like my camper, it could be all in a small area. I'm like, there'd be a huge portion of the house.
you can use those other rooms as grow areas.
Oh, I could.
Develop a network of people that you could benefit
Not here.
the United States.
Not here. In another location.
Legal now to send your product anywhere, and it only is illegal when they light it and it turns into Delta 9.
Yeah, isn't that the big thing now that people are going around? It's like, actually, I could send you THCA, but because it has less than 0.9% Delta THC, isn't there some kind of weird thing that I'm jumping on?
Well, it's not a weird thing. It's a law. It's written that it's illegal when it's Delta 9. Well, the plant doesn't naturally go Delta 9 unless you let it sit there for a year and it gets too hot. But as soon as you light it, it turns into Delta 9. And so no, they can't, since it was challenged. Trump actually did this in 2018. It's just recently been challenged and the people won the case. So now nobody's touching it because there's a precedent. And like, well, look at these guys, you better just back off because they're going to sue the shit out of you for wrongful charges or whatever. So it's just, so it opens the door for guys that know how to grow to get on YouTube and say, hey, check out my stuff. All right. It's probably not what you get at the dispensary. It's probably something a little better. And if you like it, you can get on my providers list. And in fact, I'm telling this to everybody right now. If you like what I have, you can get on my providers list, and I'd be glad to take care of you every month. So it's the bill, and it takes maybe 5 or 10 people to get on a providers list that you're helping. all right, that will sustain you for the rest of your days. So it's like, thank you, cannabis.
I was back in California, but I'm not in a legal state right now, and I really don't want another felony for it. I'm getting ready to go try to get the first one taken off, so I can go hunting again.
See,
I
it's
gotta go Maryland.
that's where you need a rotation. You need a rotated carbine. Plus you need variety. I mean, you have to kind of tailor things for people that are of different tastes. I mean, I think doing the monocrops where you're like, all right, I got 5 pounds, let's dump it somewhere. I think those days are over. And because there's too many big guys that are doing it on a multi-million-dollar level that you're competing with. And you're not going to get that personal quality either, that top shelf.
How's that dispensary weed, Eagle? How's that dispensary weed?
This just came out of the closet today. It's beautiful. Who wants some? Fuck. Think about it.
Oh,
You smoke a dispo, Eagle? You want dispo?
To answer your question there, Rez, I am probably about 1 to 2 joints out from smoking a half ounce in fucking a day.
Holy shit.
Real good.
Not very good.
Day before, when I got something from the day before, I fucking barely smoked and turned black and fucking was shitty. I couldn't believe the quality of this.
Eagle, you need to get on my providers list, buddy. Just send me an email. I'll take it.
Yeah. Calling all weed nerds. Help this motherfucker out. Can we help this guy out?
Well, I need to make a visit to Oregon then so I can learn from Vegas for a couple of days. I gotta learn how to set up my provider list once I move to another state.
I think everybody should. Really, if you don't know how to grow, you should come here and find a good grower that you like and let him provide for you. It's a win-win situation. I don't charge what dispensary prices either. I mean, I know what my overhead is. I know, and each strain it's the same price. I don't like, oh, this one's better than the other. No, man, they both burn about the same and they're both awesome, or I wouldn't be growing them.
I'm not even trying to plug these. I just giggled when I seen the name. It's literally, it's not even spelled right. So the spelling's wrong, but it's pretty much good enough. Good enough. Good enough. That's what it's good enough.
Good enough. Barely. Shouldn't say barely. Barely good enough.
In fine print, it says auto flower. Guarantee somewhere on there.
Yeah, sure.
There he goes. Here he goes.
Finally in the market.
From the autoflower himself.
It was the worst painful experience. They said, do you want to sign up to be like on a rewards program? I said, God, no, I'm embarrassed to be in here. I did too, I swear on everything.
From the rewards program? Not really.
I swear. I'm like, no,
Free in the area.
I mean, sometimes they grow their own weed. It's good out here. So like this stuff is really fire. They grow their own shit, I guess. But like, I don't know. It's just different.
There's got to be some weed nerds out there in Michigan near you that got some good weed, so you ain't got to smoke that.
Well, you got to grow good weed. I mean, for this all to work. I mean, come on. I mean, you can't be thinking that I grew some shit and people are going to buy it.
I'm smoking sweets, man.
Some of these weed is fire. I have to admit it out here, anyways. In the
Major
Coachella Valley,
Stone,
sometimes it's fire.
There's a major
Wow.
guy there. There's nice. That looks like Chem Doggy. Looks a little Chem Dog.
That's the auto flower.
No way.
That's the auto, man.
Fuck me gently with a chainsaw.
Doing the auto.
That is Mephisto's sour stomper F4s.
Nice. Jeez.
Look at that. Who get? Well, if anybody's got
All those things that I've been saying behind your back, I take them back.
I want to see the I want to see the Brandon over there.
How much is that cost for a
Brandon
pack
takes
of
about
those
10.
And
right there. What's that right there?
She's pregnant. It's all tagged up. Pollinated
What?
the fuckers.
Auto? You pollinated the autos?
He got so excited he just froze.
Froze.
Froze up.
It
Froze.
smells pretty good. I gotta admit that the smells are pretty good. This one has a nice structure to it. I really like this one though for some reason.
I want to see the
Little
other one to
back.
the left. I want to see that one to the left, Major, down. I want
This
to see
one?
that brown one. What's that brown one?
Oh, these guys? Oh, these are re-veg.
What?
Re-veggers. These are re-veggers.
And then 1 gallon pots?
Yep, still in the 1Gs.
Holy cow. Look at you to shove them in a corner and re-veg them. Holy shit. I should try that someday.
Well, I like the 1 gals on re-veg because it's hard to fucking overwater. The hardest thing with re-vegging is overwatering your fucking plants. But with 1 gals,
Very
they
true.
dry out all the time. So it's
Oh,
pretty easy to pick my favorite winners and re-veg them. In fact, I think all of them are actually the ones I wanted to.
God
re-veg.
dang it! I'm starting to think you know how to fucking grow weed, dude. Nice.
Did it.
seriously, man. I can learn a couple things here.
That's a great
Yeah,
one.
those are some old buds there. You can see that there's.
We're gonna dry them on the vine there.
Yeah, you can smoke that if you want. And actually, I did. I some of this bud. I decided to compare it to, something that's cured, and the quality was there, but the smoke on this stuff's harsh,
Yeah, I
like
bet.
really harsh compared to something that's actually, kept care of.
Yeah.
But overall, the structures are nice on this Mephisto's sour
What
stomper.
about oil and stuff? Can you make oil pretty good with the autos?
I have no idea. This is my first run.
Huh.
These are my first run in 8 years with an auto. So I have.
They'll never
No
find me.
I've never grown an auto, man.
Well, I have to see if I can still talk the smack. I'll have to still smoke it, right?
Guess
But
what?
I save the tops.
Just because you dress something up pretty doesn't mean the buzz stays for a long time always.
That one right there looks like an F&A that I'm growing, to be honest.
It looks good, man. How's the resin on those things?
Surprisingly, I never scoped it or anything like that.
Oh, it looks pretty good.
We got some fuzz. Nice.
Yeah, nice. Sweet.
That looks-
Sweet.
I like it.
Very nice.
You almost changed my opinion. Well done.
Well, Stoney smoked some of this. Stoney Rockefeller, not this
Yeah.
bud, but this strain he'd smoked before.
Did you
He
like
said he liked it. Yeah, I was like, "Fuck, I'm lucky enough to have the same seeds going,
Nice.
so I'll smoke it and see how the fuck it is." But
Nice.
yeah, made some weird crosses of it.
Nice.
As they come through.
You're having
Shit.
fun. That's great.
Yep. Fuck it. Live in soil. 15-gallon pot for that fucker.
That Denver
And
says
This is 27 gallons. Something funny. This whatever. The autos. That's the mystery.
Think you'll be able to run another auto in that fucking 15?
What do you mean?
I don't think by any means that auto killed that 15.
Oh fuck no, there's enough nutrients in there for sure. For sure. I overdone it in fact.
Would you like
Probably
start one?
probably put in. Oh, hold on. Fucking internet.
Well, what I'm getting at is like if you knew there's enough nutrients and shit in that pot, why couldn't you like say, and you weren't gonna ever change the life cycle, why not just drop one right in there right now and let that root system kind of bind with the old root system? You know what I mean? Kind of just take over.
I probably someone must have fucking noticed that those motherfuckers are just covered in thrip damage, right? So they're definitely pushed to the limits. Like that whole area is like just thripped out. I didn't want to spray them with anything, so all that soil get canned outside.
There you go.
But it's definitely a good stressor for the autos. Like there's no hermaphroditism in there. There's nothing going on. It's all overall. Yeah, I admit it's a pretty good structure, and the smells are okay. But there is, out of all the plants, there's 3 different distinct smells. Like a little fruity thing there, and one has a funky thing, and one has a chemi thing. So it's funny that all the smells are different, even though it's F4.
Huh. Nice.
Whatever. Pretty cool. But to just everyone know that those technically are $60 for each seed there. That's what turned out. Like I got 4 out of 7 to germinate, and 3 made the whole journey. So
That's
expensive.
That's a lot. I mean, they look good, but I mean, realistically, they couldn't have been 3 zips there, right?
Maybe 3 zips. We'll see. It's pretty dense, pretty heavy. So those tops might be. It might be a ounce. Just those 3 tops. So, I don't know. I'll weigh it up, man. But it's for the
recurring
genetics.
costs like that. I don't know, man. I'm still not sold on that auto, man. It's especially at $60 a pop, man.
It does change things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was.
The seeds were $60 a pop.
Don't know. But it had pollen frozen, so I'm like, well, I'll chuck some fucking pollen at it and make some
Oh, I see.
feed, so it's sort of worth it.
And F4, they all look the same, but they all fart a little differently, basically.
They're pretty close to each other. There's like little variants there.
Gotcha.
Like I think it's like that.
Oh,
I swear, Major should have been on the Hobbit.
Oh, that.
That-
I know I can still get seeds, so I can buy the seeds again, waste fucking $180, pop them, and if it's good enough smoke, I will S1 it, and I'll fucking have thousands of seeds. I'll just
at $60 a pop, that'd be nice.
no, fucking free, motherfuckers, free.
3 seeds.
Free autos. Free autos, motherfuckers.
I like that.
That's $60 a fucking plant shit.
The only thing that costs you is your reputation.
I'm gonna smoke it and see, man. And if it's approved, it's fucking major approved, and it's gonna be out there, man.
That's
But
cool.
even then, I mean, realistically, with the autos, don't you find it sounds like you find you have a better chance of finding similar pheno in most regular seeds than you do finding similar phenos in the autos. You know what I mean? The chances of you finding that one that you found again might be what, 1 in 100, 1 in 1,000, and then you may S1 that, and then how similar will you think them S1s will be?
That's a good question.
Well, the more that you keep you got getting rid of the male genetic side of things, so you're actually concentrating the genetics a little closer. That the gene pool's that much more condensed, that the likelihood of getting things more in a auto S1 category versus a regular, right?
How do you
Unless
get,
it's a word F8 or something like that.
how do you get a male Major?
On the autos?
Yeah.
Well, you have to spray it. You have to get the STS in.
Okay. So you can reverse them. I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
You
Cool.
can even get regular autos. They're not feminized per se. You have to get feminized autos. You can. There's such a thing.
I got a regular auto from Hillbilly Herb. I'm sure he's fucking in chat. And yes, I owe you an ounce, brother. I know. I'm going to get it to you. Trust me. It's cured. It's coming your way, brother. I got lots of this shit. It's coming. Just haven't put your name on the envelope with the weed. Put two together, but get it done. But I have a regular from him. I got 3 of them in the windowsill over there, but none of them are dropping pollen. None of them. 0 pollen. So it's like, what the fuck?
That happened. That's weird too. Kind
So I
of weird.
wanted a little regular pollen, which it might be there. I might have to
I tried to back cross or pollinate, give it corduroy silver, my Venus
hear
black.
me, right?
It turned out beautiful, but there was absolutely no pollen in it. Kind of pissed me off.
Either way, but sorry, I blacked out on that Elon fucking call there. But I was gonna squeeze the pollen sacs, right? And that I'll guarantee if there's pollen in there, it'll come out. Like I've done that before on like S1 one and shit like
What was
that.
that? What was that tip again?
Sometimes they don't seem to want to open up.
Oh, okay. So you're saying that mine opened
Tickle
up.
the ball.
No pollen in there.
Tickle the balls and they'll open up.
Yeah, I'll have to tickle the balls a little and encourage it. I'm hoping there's some regular pollen in that shit.
I see.
Give me regs, man. Just give me regs.
Else wanted to say it, damn it. I had to say it.
It's creative though. I mean, if we're not creating,
Cheers.
hats off to you, man. I think that's fun. I mean, you're playing, you're having fun, you're getting some decent results, and $60 beans are now becoming free. I mean, I can see progress.
There we go. Presuming they make the smoke cut, right? I'm gonna have to smoke that stuff upstairs and fucking see if it's good. I don't know. People might be lying, saying, "Oh yeah, let's get the major to grow some autos." Oh no, major, you want that sour somber? It's good, real good. Oh yeah, okay, let's get it.
No, I think
Meanwhile,
you want to remain the major, right? You don't want to be dropped down to sergeant.
yeah, I don't want to be the minor.
Yeah, you don't want to be sergeant major.
Sure.
Even though he has more clout than the major
Oh
does.
shit, they would. I'd be a sergeant major.
Yeah, sergeant major has more clout than a major does.
A lot more
Oh,
leeway.
maybe in the American Army, but in Canada, that's top shelf.
That's right. You're
What is
keep forgetting.
That's Canadian.
top shelf? Major? Is major top shelf, you said?
In the Canadian Army, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, not in the American Army. It's only the fourth one up after captain. You still have a bunch more above that.
Do you know them off your top of your head?
Yeah, I know them all.
Let's hear it just for education.
Second lieutenant, that's the bottom. Then you go to first lieutenant, then you go to a captain, then you go to a major, then you go to a lieutenant colonel, then you go to a colonel, and then you go to a single star brigadier general. Then it's be my little general. You got a major general, so you can be a major general. There's a major and a general. There's they don't give out number 5 anymore. So you got brigadier general, major general, lieutenant general, and general. So just a straight name general is a 4-star. And Patton was the only one who they ever really gave a 5-star to. There might have been another 5-star. Eisenhower might have been a 5-star.
I think when you get to 5-star, you're really a general of pain in the ass. So they kind of just
You're president. You're president. If you're 5-star, you got some clout. The president's calling you all the time.
that's awesome.
Be my little general, brigadier general. My mom had been around some brigadier generals. Once they're out of the service or once they're in the reserves, they're just old farm boys again. You know, they just revert back to being farm boys.
So, dude, that's quite. If you can get there, man, in the service, you put in a pretty large stint.
Yeah. So if you make a sergeant major is you got E9. You got sergeant major, and then you got sergeant major of the Army. You got command sergeant major, then sergeant. So that's the highest rank as an enlisted. And I've seen a first sergeant drop lieutenants, and it's not supposed to happen, right? You show up, and the little guys are the guys who came through Vietnam, and they were the old guys, and they were the hard-nosed first sergeant or the sergeant major or the command sergeant major, and they'd be like, "You're late for formation, lieutenant." And whoever lieutenant superior would just look at him and say, you ought to do what he says. And he would drop them. And that showed you, okay, just because the rank's there doesn't mean the respect is there, right? Who's
No.
leaving?
Sure. Guys, I'm going to take off. Thank you for letting me hang with you, gentlemen. I appreciate it. And keep up the good auto work there, Major.
Yes, sir. See you, Bangus.
No problem.
See you, Bangus. Enjoy the weather in Oregon. Hope it's not raining too much.
That's nice. Cheers, guys.
Is it rain? I bet it is. It's a nice time of year in Oregon.
Mhm. It's like the only time of year that's not actually raining.
What's that? The only time of year
Is
to
it-
what?
That's not raining.
That's not raining?
Yeah. But this time of year, presume in Oregon.
There's some places in Oregon that's high desert, right? You got high desert Oregon. It doesn't rain a lot at all. But yeah, if you get in those areas where it's lush, yeah, Oregon's nice and moist all the time. Right? Like where I'm at now, man, it's just like I've had a dehumidifier running all day, and I ran it all day yesterday just to get some moisture out of this house. And it's still 53 in this room, and I still want it lower after being in
Oh,
the
fuck,
den.
you're just not used to that, eh? It feels too sticky for you, even after 3.
Yeah, back now, so I got the AC cranked down, so it's always sucking it out. I'm like, I don't give a shit what the electric bill is right now. I just want to get drier.
Damn, green fingers, you must have some plants in the house at 44.
It was 50 when he said that. That's why I said it, but the air conditioner kicked on. So it's pulled
What
out
is it?
some of the humidity. So it'd be back
44?
at, it's 46, 47. It's in between now because my fingers are so hot. Like my
Yeah,
hands
that's
are.
pretty good. You're doing pretty good, man. That's pretty good humidity.
Fuck.
It's just not
Yeah,
enough.
usually it's like what?
I live
18
right next to
for
a
you?
big old body of water, bro, in the middle of the desert. It gets humid as fuck.
Does
looks
it
like
get
when you walk
humid there?
outside and my glasses get like fucking covered in fucking, or I can't even see. It's just like, I'm like, what the
You
fuck?
guys-
I just turn around and come inside. I can't
You
even
guys just
breathe.
get some rain? Did you
Yeah.
get
I
some
had-
rain?
3 days ago, it
That's
rained
fun.
Yeah,
a day and a half.
cool.
I hadn't experienced foggy glasses for a while, and a couple weeks back, when my brother left, I cranked everything down. I dropped the 2 ACs upstairs to 60. One goes to 63, 162. I dropped this thing just so it would keep running and fighting all day. And I went walking outside, and I went completely fogged. And I was like, "Holy shit! This doesn't happen in the desert, man. You don't matter how cold you make your house. You walk outside, and there's no fog. Yeah, it's too dry."
63. You want your house 63? That sounds cold, man. What the fuck is that?
63. That's
Yeah.
that is.
What is that in Celsius? That's 18. 17
Everybody-
degrees Celsius? Hey,
My house,
It's 81.
right now it's 75. It's 75 where I'm sitting right now. What's 75 in Celsius? This thing says 79. 53% humidity.
I mean, that's just a Michigan night right there.
There you go. Right. Exactly. I like this. I like sleeping in the colder weather. Once it gets colder, I'm not a big fan of it.
It was 89 today. It's 67 right now. The low's 58.
And what's the humidity?
Fuck. Next to nothing. It ain't bad. I take that back. I ain't going outside, I guess. 90%. It says 90%.
Oh,
I
it's
ain't lying.
raining. It's raining.
Did
That
I
was
want
pretty
it?
wild. At the lake, at the concert, that wind was pretty wild, man. I was like,
Well, the other side of the lake, there's right on north of us, there's Higgins Lake, which is a really, really nice lake. And the guy in front of me is looking at the radar going, Higgins is getting pounded. It's solid red over there. And you could see it just like clipping the northern edge of us. If I would have you could, one side was black, one side was clear, and we were. But yeah, it was That's how we knew we were gonna stick around because you could actually see the front moving right through it. It was just gonna clip us. So
You're flat
we got
enough,
lucky.
not a tree.
It got
It
pretty
came
rough.
down hard. It was rocking, man. These windows were rocking and rolling this morning. Every time out lightning and thunder, it was like nonstop, man. There was times where the thunder just rolled for like 5 minutes, never stopped. And I was like, wow, I haven't experienced this in a long time, man. You know. So,
Three fingers. You gonna do a fucking dab right now, man? Let's see a fucking blazer up, bud. You
Hash.
hit that.
They're hash, bro, but they are dabbable
Hash,
hash.
woo!
Unpressed. Yeah, all of it's unpressed
My
hash.
bad.
I got
My
one
bad. Back
pressed,
the fuck up.
one ball of hash. Someone wears it.
Hash. Damn. Does it actually, is it graded too? Gives it like 90 U and shit like that and 70 U?
Probably on the box. I'm not looking for the box.
Right. Well, you desire it up, man. Use your fucking nerd skills, bitch. Fucking done with the fucking micro.
Can't tell the difference, bro. I can tell
Oh,
the
come
difference.
on, man. Where you at? Where you at? 30?
There was
The
a-
fuck
this
30 is
live
buck 50?
resin right there.
Oh, yeah, that's buck 50.
Little live resin.
Live resin. Buck 50.
Right. Maybe laugh. But it came with it came with some goofy ass diamonds for cheap.
Oh, shit. There you
that was
go.
free. The live resin was free with the diamond.
So now is everyone selling diamonds because that's all THCA? So I presume the market's all hot on fucking that shit again, or what?
But pre-harvest weed.
It's gonna fall off. Holy shit.
Yeah, free harvest shit.
That's what it's getting to, man. The market's like fucking. They don't even want to let the weed cure anymore. They just want to fucking throw it straight in the freezer. Fucking THCA. It's got heads already unlimited high.
Whoa.
Here.
That's what these people are doing though. Like out here too on the streets, bro. They're like, I'm just gonna throw this in the freezer. My whole next run I'm gonna throw in the freezer. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Time to drive.
They just want to throw it all in the freezer. And I'm like,
Yeah.
throw it in the freezer. I guess.
if I had a freezer, I would do the same shit.
Freeze dryer, maybe if I was doing it and I could get a freeze dryer.
It'd be hard.
Freeze dryer looks like fun.
Break all the heads right off.
This weed right here, the weed that I'm smoking from said dispo, right? Right?
Good enough.
Oh, you got the yeah.
It says it's 20. Let's see here. Fucking. Oh, let me get it in my old view. 21.98% THC. THC 19.68. That tells us what? It was harvested early, right? Right? Wouldn't you think?
Can you repeat those numbers again? You're all like sketching it up.
Numbers so high.
The THCA was 21.98 THCA and THC was 19.48.
So all of it converted besides 2% roughly or 3%? Is that what we're saying?
Well, I'm thinking, if A becomes before THC, right, it's first stage of the molecule, it's premature, right? Harvested early. There's some,
No, I think that means like THCA it's still in its acid form, right? And when it turns to THC, like the delta
when
nine,
you're right, it turns. You just said
old,
when it,
right?
so it's early. It's premature.
So does that mean like there's only 2% left? That's THCA.
I would think.
Am I reading that wrong?
It ain't down the chain far enough. That's what it sounds like to me. That's what I'm saying about these extracts. They're just being harvested that early, not even going full term. They're going for the heady high, which THCA has pretty much like a fucking like a ceilingless high. You can smoke that shit, get high anxiety. You know what I mean? Which THCA
Yeah,
adds some pretty see to it, you know, and with a little bit of CBD has breaks. So you prematurely harvest that, now you've got THCA. You fucking, you know what I mean? Put that into an extract where it's like you're banging high. Every fucking blast of it's heady. You know what I mean? And it's clear. It's not clear. You know what I mean? I think thing was part of whole problem. You know what I mean? They were like, you know what? Big industries like, fuck it, we're gonna harvest early. We're gonna sell these fuckers on like clear hash. You know, fucking the clearer the better.
yeah.
Colors back. And now fucking we're gonna be able to, you know, skip a bunch of processes and shit like that, or even remediate bullshit hash or bugs.
I think they can't finish it right, and if they do finish it long enough, they just keep dumping salts in it the whole time. That's why it burns black like that.
Hey, fucking harvesting early and throwing it in the freezer. They're eliminating drying time and cost. They're eliminating fucking people that have to trim or machines that to trim the buds. Processing all that good shit, and they're getting top dollar for extracts. Why would they fucking go full term flower? You know what I mean? Have anybody fucking fuck with it? It's
No, it's not about getting quality.
It's not. You're froze. You're froze, baby. Elon, damn it, Elon, stop messing with the major.
Fucking
It's not quality. You're gonna be okay with it.
okay.
Was I all gapped out there? You guys hearing that? Probably.
Yeah.
Was I all gapped out? Was I all
Yeah,
chopped?
Elon stepped in and she said he'll be right back.
Fucking
Elon. talk all that stuff about autos.
He said, fuck that.
Elon,
Like I was saying,
Perfect on
what they're
Mars.
trying to do is get you away from quality. They're going to McDonald's your ass. They're going to get you fancy, like you're saying, little fancy labels. That's all you don't care about. Has a little bit of flavor. Yeah, that's it. But the quality's not there.
Oh man, that shit, you're right. When it comes to like fucking legal weed, it is gonna be McDonald's. It's gonna be autos and everything else. It's gonna be ground right fucking ground up, and then it's gonna be sprayed to whatever flavor you want it. Just like a fucking McMac. Just like the bit. They're gonna be like, what is this? This is what? Okay, yep.
They're going to get yeast to grow it. Yeast is
Weed, they're gonna be Kush. Shh. Okay, you want some sour diesel? Shh. There you go. It's gonna be the same. The fucking paper. It may be in the filter. Well, fucking. I give a shit.
Just give me the vape, then. Just give me the vape.
I wonder whatever happened to that terp market. You know how people were going to get on that terps, you know, like, oh, you can get a half gram for like
a long time ago, bro. Like,
yeah.
It got outlawed in California for one. So like all the fake flavors in tobacco and cannabis, they don't sell them in stores. So like
that's why, man. Remember, I know that fad you're talking about, where him, Johnny, and Bubble Man were smoking straight terps there for a minute.
Yeah.
They backed
I was gonna start doing that too.
Quickly, and they stopped
that
pushing that shit.
I already got it right here. Look, there, Swisher.
Oh
shit. Honey flavor. You know
what? They've had those. I've been smoking honey flavor I've been smoking all those crazy flavor blunt wraps for years, bro.
He's hitting the wrap.
90s.
With the white owl. The white owls were my favorite, bro. I'm not even gonna say nothing about it.
This is just the whole cigar, man. I'm smoking the whole honey flavored cigar. It's like, wow.
I thought you were gonna split it and roll one up in front of us. Shit. I was like,
no.
It got me excited.
I do not have any.
Oh shit, that sucks.
Don't call out for the weed nerds. Help this motherfucker out. Call them all weed nerds. Help the reds out.
I'll be all right until I get out of the state. I'll be all right. So I'm just babysitting. I'm house sitting right now, filling in to see what happens. And I found my parents had a new roof put on in 21, and I used to be the roofing contractor, so I know typically would have done it. The guy didn't do the flashing right above the porch, and I was here in January, and I stepped on a board, and I was like, "What is that? Why is that? Was that why this mom put this little table here by the stairs?" And I was out on the porch 2 weeks ago, and I saw the water just running down the siding, outside of the siding, underneath the porch, and I'm like, "Oh, that guy didn't do the flashing right." I saw it flopping up the siding, flopping on a 10-foot stretch of J channel. There was one nail in it left. It was the one underneath the window. They didn't get the flashing all the way up, and the water's been going down that wall. So it's going down the wall, and it's literally went to two sides of the wall, the foundation of the house. And over here on this wall, there's like a dip right at the wall, like the dip's like an inch. And over here, it's coming down. I saw where it's in the plaster, and I'm like, oh man, I'm like, this guy. I want to get him over here and say, hey, you need to get your insurance guy here. When did you do this in 2001? What's the warranty on this thing? I think you got some foundation work to do and some new walls to build, a new porch to build, and new floors to put in. Oh,
Start documenting that shit. Take a whole bunch of pictures. Picture that shit. For sure.
I just took the bottom piece of J. I didn't even fix it yet, and all I got to do is snap one piece of siding off, put some tape across that dam where he didn't fix the. I just tape it. Nowadays, I think I just tape it. I don't know. I haven't been underneath this house yet. It's got board underneath it, right? So there was a clapboard or whatever house, and they put siding underneath top of it. And it only had pillars for the foundation, right? It only has brick pillars every. They filled it. They have since filled in with brick around the whole house, but it was just pillars on this house. And the kitchen back here leans. You can roll a golf ball in a second across 10 foot. But yeah, this roofer, you know how it is. He didn't get it up on the wall right. And it's got cuts in it. And I picked one piece up, and I was like, oh, there's got a hole this big where there's not even any flashing, and the water's just splashing on that roof, off this roof.
Okay. Right now, you don't want to mention that you've been on the roof. I want to say somehow that null and void your warranty going out with some bullshit shit like that. Maybe from the ladder. I'd tell your insurance company that you viewed from your ladder. I wouldn't tell them that you went on the roof with your shoes or anything weird like that.
I went on my bare feet.
I still wouldn't suggest that.
Why?
I don't know, some weird clause about bullshit like that, man. You're going on the roof.
Went on with my bare feet, the way he says.
I was a roofing contractor for years. If they want to argue with that, I'll go back and get them some proof and documentation from some people.
There you go. That's all I'm saying. It's from the roof, from a ladder.
But I literally I took the J channel off, and then on the bottom of that bottom piece of siding there, he had added another piece of siding, the bottom lip cut, and stuck up into that just to keep it from coming out. He didn't do that. The people who built it did that. But this guy, both the dormers, you can flap the siding on the J channel under the bottom. I'm like, these guys didn't take any siding off to fix the flashing. They just did a shitty job. Final over the clapboard, but so it come down wherever the leaks happen. It's come down on top of the clapboard and made it down through into the behind the window there, right where the leak is. And it's coming down the wall. You can see the crack at the wall coming down where the steps are. You follow that line. It's right where it leaks on the outside. And it's right where that board I found in January and didn't know why it was warped. I stored that board, and I was like, what the hell is this board underneath the carpet? And I said something to my brother. I said, do you feel this? And it sticks up like this far. So I've already known what's happened. The water's gotten under there. You guys know it's construction. And it's just followed that line. And it's just eating that wood up, and that wood's just went. And the whole foundation on the one side of the house, the whole wall just shrunk just on the outside. I mean, not just on the outside, couple inches, just went. I'm like, oh, worms found it. It was what, 2021? Not worms, ants found it. Once it got dry here and there was moisture on there, so ants
You
and
said there's
termites.
J mole at they ran J mole across the bottom.
J channel on the bottom of
channel?
on the bottom, right on top of the roof, right? So you'd have your
Right.
flash and they go up the roof on the 412 and then up behind it. Well, they didn't even fix that. They didn't replace the flashing. You can see where there's a piece tore where it overflaps like this, and there's a gap, and on the corner where the hip is, because the wraparound porch, the hip is, he's got a hole this big, and on the top of the dormers, you can see he's got 2 holes right where the siding is. I'm like, oh, at the windows. I'm like,
Yeah, you got
called him.
quite the project.
I called him. I called the guy. I'm the reason he got the job. He's done everybody else's, but I saw him working on my cousin's house, and I thought they looked like they were doing a good job. And I called him up. He ain't been here. He didn't come by. He's like, oh, I know all your relatives. I'm like, oh yeah. I said, I'm the reason you got this job. And I said, whoever worked on this side of the house, you might want to tell them they don't know what they're doing in roofing. It could have been him. I don't care. But I want him to come see it. You see that work right there? I'm gonna pop that siding off. I'm not even gonna let him do it at this point. I'm gonna pop
Since
it off.
2001, and you're saying within 2
2021.
years,
2021.
2021, but it's
Yeah,
been
2
2
years.
years, right?
Yeah.
So you're saying that damage has been 2 years in the corners,
Oh
causing
yeah.
the foundation to sag?
Oh
In
yeah.
2 years. I don't know
Easy.
about
That
that.
water, dude, that water, I could take you outside in the pouring, and it's coming down it's coming down from the back side of the porch. Then it comes out of the siding onto the porch, and huge puddles all the time. Huge puddles on the porch. And now it's right here at the side of the porch where it ends into the house, right? Where that porch butts into the house. You spray out with water. You just go up there and spray it with water, and you have water running down the siding. I don't have to go up underneath and spray it. I can just spray the J channel. And so they didn't fix everything back there. They just threw the shit, shit. I'm like, you guys got to remove some siding. Oh, I guess you didn't remove any siding and fix the flashing. You just tried to tuck it back underneath. You heard a couple old people say, we're getting this ready for sale. And they never sold it. He just never figured another roofing contractor was going to get on his roof. Oh, anyway, that's a whole nother rabbit trail, right? Construction jobs, repairs.
Well, green fingers, what's up with you and your greenhouse, man?
I can't hear you.
What's up with your greenhouse, dog?
I was about to cough my face off, bro. Not me right before
Over the beard. It's coming over the beard. Hear
my greenhouse.
Boom.
I can turn the light on. Fuck, you reminded
Now
me.
can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Check.
I'll be back. Damn
Where
it!
you
Hey,
going?
I'm gonna cough. I'm fucking over it. I can't talk now. Okay.
Fucking guy. Fucking guy.
I gotta get the dog. I'll
Chihuahua! The Chihuahua master.
Hey, the dog barking at the concert in perfect time. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, there was one next to me. Little thing. I don't know why I don't bring my dogs. They're not crowd ready yet.
Too violent? Or just too
No.
bark?
Too protective.
Too protective.
They're too protective.
Chihuahua style, right? That's not
They are. Them boys are very protective of me. My little whatever space they think I'm in. Yeah. They're awesome little guys. But it's funny though, like say they're riding around with me, you would think them dogs are like super vicious. Super vicious. Fucking come at that window, you get them out of the truck and they're fucking just as gentle as can be. But they're in the truck, they will not let you in there for nothing. For nothing.
That's their space, man.
It's just I don't know what it was. They never used to be like that. But they are these days.
How old are they?
Bubba's on like 10, 11. Buddy's like fucking 6, little buddy's like 3, something like that. These are
Is that the
buried.
one? Is that the one you got back?
Yeah,
That's the one you got back.
yeah, that little guy hates his.
Disappeared and he came back.
Oh, I had to give it.
Tracked him down. Tracked you down. That's what the fuck happened after you gave him away. It's like, fuck
Yeah.
that. No, I belong with you, motherfucker.
He didn't know he was getting given away. That was the one. He's the one that you didn't know was going to get given away, right?
Well, I gave him away. I had to give him up. I didn't want to give him up. I had to give him up. I had to leave with the 3 dogs, and I couldn't do 3 dogs. I didn't think I could do 3 dogs. So I found him a home, and initially the day I took him to drop him off, this is a crazy story. I took him to drop him, and I've never usually, these dogs have never been on leashes. I mean, life changed quite a bit last year for all of us in 2 years. But I set him down, and I figured, okay, well, I didn't even think about handing the dog to them. Set him down on the ground, and that little fucker just darted. Meow! He knew something was up, and so he ran across M55, boom, 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 like zigzag pattern, which is like a fucking busy road. I got myself and 5 kids chasing this dog, and he's a bang, 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 and he loses all of us, right? So I'm like, what the fuck? I tell Lexi that what's going on, and she gets on Facebook and she gets on like the Holton Lake community page or whatever, posts up lost dog, boom, 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 boom. In a couple hours, somebody finds him. They find him in a ravine, like just up the road here. He fell into a ravine, all scared and panicking. He was all covered in ticks and shit. And they fucking had got him out and fucking washed him up, had him in a fucking blanket, and fucking gave him to me. And I fucking saddest thing ever, man. I was like, man, I'm sorry, buddy, but I fucking, can't do this. I fucking take him over to the people and I hand him in the towel to the family, right? They have him for 3 weeks, maybe a month, best. And then they call me and they say, well, I just wanted you to know, little buddy's been missing now for a week.
Oh.
He got out of a lock cage and jumped out of a fucking window. I'm like, holy shit. He's been gone for a week. So we're going to call the pound. And if fucking just letting you know. And I'm like, man, that's fucking nuts. And I'm like, all right, well, I'll keep my eye out. Thanks for the call. And then one night I'm leaving here and Bubba and Buddy are in here. And I'm going out to go to the gym. And I think fucking, I walk out, go to get in my truck, and I see one of the dogs like come out. He come up and like nose my leg real quick, and then back up under the truck. And I thought to myself, because Buddy and little Buddy look a lot alike. I said, fucking, there's no way Buddy got out 2 doors without me fucking noticing. You know what I mean? It ran through my head that quick, and I go, little Buddy? And he comes out from it's all raining, it's raining and shit. This is fucking heartbreaking. So fucking he comes out and he literally wraps his fucking front paws around my calf. And it fucking little Buddy. He had been on the run for 2 fucking miles from where I drive. I had never took him to the location that I was, so he found me.
How many miles?
All kind of fucking 2 to 3 miles from where I dropped him off. A good distance.
Yeah.
And fuck, skinny, couple nips out of him, his fur. I mean, not like to this, but that fucker found me and fucking, I mean, he latched on just like, but nah, there's no fucking way at that point. I was like, yeah, we'll make this work. There's no fucking way I'm getting rid of you. And now, man, that dog's 8 these days, man. He
Well, there
puts
was
his
another
like,
one. Wasn't there another one though that the girl they got rid of in a litter that you didn't know they were getting rid of?
Ruby Dooby.
Oh,
Ruby Dooby.
Ruby Dooby. That's,
Yeah.
that's been a couple years, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Losing
And
track
then
of time.
yeah, his sister got lost at one point. Yeah. Little Daisy. Remember that? You remember that? That happened during all this. That poor dog got lost in fucking in the dead of winter. In the fucking dead of winter. It showed up. I mean, we got a snowstorm. Like third day after she had gotten out and gotten lost. And fucking we got a foot of snow. And at that point we were like, she probably ain't fucking, I had to tell the kids, I'm like, right. And Lexi gets on the fucking page, puts on, all the little community page, puts out little pictures and everything. 2 weeks go by. 2 fucking weeks go by. Some hunters in Grayling, Michigan. Shit you not, find her near a house, like 11, 12 miles away from where she was lost, and in that snowstorm, and fucking found her near a house, and they took her up to the house thinking that possibly it was their dog. She was all skinny and fucking, yeah. And they take her in and fucking feed her and get on the little community page, and they find a picture of her and get her back home. So yeah, she ended up finding her way home too. She's still in the family as well. But she made it through that snowstorm, and she was, that poor thing slept with her eyes open for like a month when we got her home.
Really?
Just got scared. The trauma of being in the woods and shit.
The animals
And,
that had
she
had
had
the
this
eyes
little
to
stuffed
survive.
animal.
There's birds out there big enough to pick her up, right? She was
Animal
high.
that looked like a fucking deer or something, and she would fucking hide that from the rest of the dogs and cry when she wouldn't play with it. She would just like put it by her and cry. And we always kind of wondered if that was like represented like maybe a little animal that helped her out, you know what I mean, through the snowstorm or in the woods. I mean, if you could see the woods that fucking dog tracked through, northern Michigan fucking Huron National fucking Forest is what she went through. And
I could see a deer. I could see a deer snuggling up to a little dog that wasn't threatening.
oh man, it was crazy. But that dog's awesome today. But that's little buddy's sister. So both of those poor dogs have been through super traumatic shit and found their way back. Made their way back.
That's cool. So they got good noses. They're good trackers. Those little dogs are.
They're amazing dogs. They have just amazing personalities. Actually, a couple people, Smoke and Grow Fraser, his family have a couple of those breeds. And Anyone I've ever gave one of them dogs to, or have one of them dogs, are very tight with that dog. You know, they're a huge part of their family. And they're
Chihuahua,
awesome.
right? Chihuahua.
They're a little bit of a mix between the Chihuahua was the original mom, and then the two boys, the Shih Tzu and the Yorkie.
Oh,
So
Yorkie.
there's a little bit of those three in the mix, and they you can tell like little buddy, you can see he's got that thick fur and that short snort, wide mouth, and real protective like Shih Tzu tendencies. You know what I mean? He's real sit on your feet and very
Shitheads. I
protective.
mean, shit
Yeah, my fucking vets are funny too. The vet I run by every day fucking has a little saying. I forget what it is. It ends with we shoot you not.
Yeah.
What it says.
We should sit you. That's good. That's a good word for them because they can be little shitheads sometimes. I've been around some Shih Tzus. They can be sweethearts, but they can be shitheads. Just the attitude, that little attitude they can have, even in their sweetness. They got a little bit of an attitude.
What you got there, Major?
Fucking number 19, where the fuck that is. 19.
Whatever that is.
Well, I never made, like, the way I harvested was just based on I didn't have time to eat father. Plus, I didn't want to influence my decision on what to keep from the last crop. So I didn't want to name.
Okay, that makes sense.
It was done. So whatever number
Eli.
19 is, it's 19.
Stop it,
And I take my best guess. It looks like a Raspberry cross of Jack. Yeah, there's some fruitiness in there, some funky fruit.
Look at you, still got it on the stem.
I don't like it's still like it's not manicured, it's trimmed, but it's not manicured. It's still just testing stage, man. It doesn't deserve a goddamn manicure yet. We don't know its quality, but we'll find out.
I did that with those 40 I had, and then I was like, and they were all from Professor P, from Dynasty, and I pulled all the tags on those, and 2 days later I went, why the frick did I do that? I wanted to know what they were, because then I was like gonna keep something, and I was thinking about maybe trying to do like a clone or something. I'm like, well, I done forgot what it was, and so I wouldn't want to breed with it, so I'm not gonna keep it.
That was pretty sticky. That was at least 5 seconds, 5 seconds sticky.
It looked good. That was a good looking grow, man. I'll tell you, I like those plants in those 1 gallon pots.
Yeah, I think they're real good on the thing with that run. I think I used a lot of this frass stuff, insect from Frass Sword, a local Canadian composting company that uses black sulfur fry and fucking crickets, a whole bunch of shit they got going.
Is that what you finished them with, you think?
That's what I mean. That's what I mainly use. A bit of Gaia Green 444, some, the odd time you give whatever, some kelp and some fucking Fulvic and some other shit, whatever you got. The junk pile of nutrients, a little bit of rock dust, just all that weird amendments. But mostly 444 from Gaia Green. And that frass shit. Insect group. Seems to.
Insect frass.
I hate to do this. It's that time. I gotta hit the gym, and then I got a fucking 7-hour ride tomorrow for no fucking real. It's a good reason, but
7 hours for a ride.
Yeah, I got a fucking. I am third event this year, judging the Spectrum Cup for at Rainbow Farms. So I have to go down and pick up my judge kit for that tomorrow. And
Right.
the boat's in for that. So.
So that's 7 hours round trip or seven? That's not 7 hours one way in the state of Michigan.
No, fuck no. It's 3.5 down and 3.5
Still
back.
later. Okay, come on.
Smoke.
I can get through Michigan in 7 hours, right?
Hey, that's for sure. That's.
It's the speed limit in Michigan now, anyway.
I don't know. I went to fucking Flint the other day and hour and 15 minutes at 95 miles an hour.
I don't know.
Only one, man. I was in a nice little pack, man. That's not like I was blazing down the highway, man. It seems to be fucking pretty average.
People driving 95 on the highway now?
Yeah, fuck yeah. The speed limit is 75 in most spots, 70, and so it's not common.
75. Is the truck still 60?
No, the minimum in some areas are fucking 65 and 75 now in a lot of areas. Fuck, there's back Michigan roads like M72 and Gray Links and 65 miles an hour is your speed. Fucking just unmarked 2-lane, 2-track, you know what I mean? 2-lane, 2-way road. Fuck yeah.
I like that. You have those places in Tennessee, and then you come up around a corner and it's 35, but you don't know it because it's a residential. You're 55 on the back road, and I'll come by the sheriff the other day. And when he got past me, once he passed me, he hit the light so he could see me. I could see him in the rearview mirror. I was like, shit. He just did the blue lights to kind of, hey man, here's a warning. You need to slow down in the residential area. I was like, oh, he's not pulling me over. Thank you. I'm like, I don't need the ticket. All right, well, you got to go. I'm out of here. I'll be the first one to jump. See you guys. See you, Major. Green fingers. As always, thanks, Eagle. I enjoyed the concert too immensely.
Right on. I'm glad. Thank you, my friend.
Yeah, man. It was cool watching her hair. Her trying to play and sing, and her hair was sideways. Right?
After the concert, moreover, I got to meet the. You know what was funny? I'll tell you a little quick something was before. So some of them people were like, the two gals that get danced in front of the camera there. One of them, the one lady is a 6-time cancer survivor. She's battling number 7 right now. Sweetest lady, good friend of hers. And then while I was recording there, I had another lady come up to me that I would have never have guessed, never would have been like on the profile. You know what I mean? Would have never been on the. Says, I really enjoyed the last concert on YouTube. I seen it on YouTube. And I'm like, that's great. I says, I put these out on YouTube too. She said, I watched it on your channel. I'm like, oh, cool. And she had on like one of the park t-shirts, you know what I mean? And I'm okay, that's kind of cool. And then a little bit later on in this evening, the lady that does the announcement is like the head of the park there, kind of come on. She says, a little birdie tells me that this is out on YouTube. I'm like, yeah.
You got your stalkers already, buddy.
Well, I got yeah, so the community is now becoming, or like there's some good people in the community that are now paying. There's some folks that I know pay attention that are part of like Chamber of Commerce and good shit like that. So, and they're like happy to see, the community, participation and see things getting put out there. So it was nice to see a little bit of, recognition from, the park and stuff like that.
Are you wearing your you talking shit with Eagle YouTube t-shirt?
No, I was wearing this, but I did give him a sticker that fucking talking shit with Eagle. A sticker. And told him that's where they can find the show. And I did the band as well. I've been talking to a lot of these bands, that we've been watching. I've been, talking with them behind the scenes and getting to know them on a friendly level too. So yeah, it's been a pretty cool fucking summer, man. I've met a lot of fucking super awesome people, and it's been pretty cool. No complaints, man. I've
I
had a
appreciated the concert, man. It was actually for the setup you have, the way you're doing it. Sounds pretty good, man, for the most part, coming across on my speaker. It sounds good.
you would laugh if you would like the simple things, like you know what takes care of that win? A sock. I have like a footy. And I snap to the one end of the phone there, and it takes care. I'm serious, man. It's kind of funny. One day I used a folded up paper towel and just let it, like, I looked where the wind was blowing and I set it up so it just like blew past, you know what I mean? It didn't blow directly to the mic, it hit the paper towel first. But I'm learning little tricks as I go along to try to step it up for y'all.
Yeah. Get yourself one of those little mic covers, one of those little fuzzy things they put on there, right?
Stuffed
Yeah,
animal head.
that's,
It looks
you're
bad.
right.
Little
Yes and
stuffed
no.
animal.
Got so
Yes.
many ports on phone. That's the bitch about that though. Because I do have like a little extra mic and shit like that, but then I can't, if I can piggyback, like say these concerts and stuff like that, I can take that I got a nice, this has got an 8K camera on it. That's a S23, 8 fucking K. The fucking self portraits on this thing and some of the like moon pictures and shit that I took last night and last few nights, unreal. But I can take, you know what I mean? Put this on my tripod, piggyback one of my battery packs, one of these battery packs, you know what I mean, with a cord. And now I can live stream for you guys like these concerts and shit. 10
Well,
fucking hours. 10 fucking hours without having to check on this battery or nothing like that.
Right now you look like you're like in 144 to me, like the lowest setting of quality, like video right now. You all pixelated.
Me?
Yeah,
yeah.
You could be that's probably your audio or your YouTube settings because you should be able to change that on
What about
your
you,
end.
Rez? You said he looks a little pixelated, not so sharp.
He just looked like choppy, like Elon was cutting in on him.
Yeah, Elon's on E too. I'm telling you.
My screen, it looks fine. I don't know.
Oh
Maybe
well,
we're all.
I can hear you well. It looks
Rez,
good to me.
Rez looks clear. Fucking Green Fingers is clear, but you're all fucking choppy.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Right now, you actually do look like Max Headroom. You're kind of like
You
moving
were
around like
frozen when
Max.
I looked back. Look, I looked back and you were actually frozen for a minute there. You still are frozen in the screen. This is like way back in the middle of the show. No, this is just a couple minutes ago. 1 minute
Maybe just
and you were frozen. That's crazy. I didn't even
I
see
got
it on this side. On this side, you weren't frozen.
And sometimes your audio is choppy too. Just to let you
On
know.
the screen, you're frozen. Weird,
But
dude.
the concert was great.
You're frozen in that position right there with your arm out there. You're just unfroze.
But
Yeah,
I'm sure your shirt's nice. Was it like food on there? Is that a food shirt?
you're still
Is it like
frozen
French
with
fries and stuff?
no,
your.
it drinks, lemons, all kinds of fruity shit.
Nice.
Uh,
I'll be the first fruit out of here. See you guys.
Yeah, man. It's,
All right, boys. Well, remember, the jury is fucking about to come to a conviction for this motherfucking auto. We'll see what he gets. It's looking like maybe so far a 5 out of 10. I don't know. 5 to 10. Peace.
Peace, Major. I give you props for trying.
Expensive autos. So yeah, good for him. Hope he finds what he's been missing in his life. Really do. I hope it changes his life forever. Opens that.
Well, thing that he finds closure with autos, because
Yeah,
obviously 8
He's been-
years ago,
he was hurt
autos
by them. Yeah, they did him dirty.
left him alone. Maybe he was spanked with an auto. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know.
All right, Eagle. Have a great run. Work out, whatever you're doing.
Run.
Everybody go kill an auto. I'll say it for him. Go plant some seeds. Everyone. I haven't said that shit in a long time. Everyone go plant some seeds. Weed nerd for life. Love you, Eagle. Have a great night.
Have a good one.
Peace out.
With that being said, we are out of here. Thank you very much for hanging out this Thursday. Hopefully, you guys did enjoy the music at Trussell Park. I had a good time myself. The weather was a little crazy, but it was well worth it. Cheers to the Yankee Station Band. Thank you, the friends of Trestle Park. Thank you guys for hanging out this evening. This end of your day, your journey. That's way too early. Skip that part. Just remember to do something nice for somebody. Random acts of kindness do save lives. And with that being said, I am out of here. There's a possibility I'll be here tomorrow with Mr. Black. If not, then I'll see you Saturday for sure with another episode of fucking talking shit. With that being said, enjoy the next few days.